men's semi-final number 2 here at the Budapest Grand Prix. Yerlik SERTAY of Kazakhstan making his first ever top 4 in a senior international. Goes up against Ian Hauri from Switzerland, number 15. Got a silver medal here last year, having taken the European Championship bronze the year before. And now we have a SERTAY calling for the match to be stopped. I'm not quite sure what the reasoning was there. He's talking about the hand. The backhand of Harry. I have to keep an eye on that. Oh, so his hand's coming across his body and he's pulling his sleeve up. But it doesn't affect the target area or the availability of the target. It's unusual though. That is unusual to be constantly pulling the sleeve up on the sword arm with your backhand. Minute without hit, and we have passivity called again. Well, I think there's a bit of distraction going on for Hauri. It is. This is most unusual. His backhand is all over the place. I think he's trying to put SERTAY off. But SERTAY comes out with a nice attack. So a double gets Hauri off the mark. Gotta say, it is very distracting what Hauri's doing. And the Estonian coach would definitely stop the fight and give out a card if there was actually a rule that prevented it. So he's staying within the rules, Hauri, but it is distracting, and it has offered him an opportunity to level up, because he did it. It distracted SERTAY. SERTAY launched an attack from one step too far away, and Ian Hauri was able to pick off his opponent to level up at 2-2. Very, very curious tactic. And now Hauri has the lead. Just waiting for that big moment that SERTAY flicks his sword up in the air and opens the door to the target. So Hauri just making it clear that he's going to let time run by in this first period, and Hauri with some distracting techniques has taken the lead, 3 points to 2. Famous face in the coaching box for Switzerland. That's Daniel Geron, former French international. Well, we'll take a closer look at some of the action here, but the key feature of the first period of this men's semi-final was the distracting techniques of this man here, Ian Howry. Staying within the rules, he was using his backhand to pull the sleeve up on his sword arm jacket sleeve, touching his mask. He stayed within the bounds of the rules, but it was enough to distract SERTAY a couple of times. He even asked for the fight to be stopped and asked the referee, hey, can we do something about this? And the referee said, well, he's staying within the rules. I can't stop him from doing it. The way that SERTAY's been fencing today, he's definitely not out of this. And now he's had time to think about it. He might well have other ideas on how to deal with Ian Howry. Start of the second period. Howry from Switzerland leads SERTAY of Kazakhstan by 3 points to 2. Well, the distraction technique and philosophy continues for Howry, but a beat attack in the end was what did it for SERTAY, and he's level. So going in looking for the blade, as Howry did then, opens the door for SERTAY to take the lead. And now the team members in the crowd for SERTAY start chanting again. That's a beauty. So attacking from just too far away this time, and a big circular parry from Howry, enough to clear the blade out of the way. And because he closed the distance so much, the Kazakh fencer, Howry got a freebie. He had to create it. Very quick with the redouble there. Ducking counter. No suggestion that that was off the side of the piece. Oh, it's actually on the back of Howry. So all square again, halfway through the match. it's a great hit as well. The attack was blocked, parry riposte was blocked, the counter parry riposte was blocked, and then the final action from Hauri was a remise of the counter riposte. It was a really, really nice hit in the end to re-establish the lead. So Hauri's done a couple of things here to show that he can be the aggressor, but equally he's happy to sit and react. He trusts his abilities. We've seen a couple of really nice hits there. Two of them, in fact, were the best two that he's done have been redoubles, remises of the initial action. So very, very fast and staying close to the target. SERTAY clearly keen to get back on level terms before the break. Coach is not so happy with attacks coming from that far away. Well, if SERTAY leaves these 15 seconds alone, so will Hauri. And they will discard the final few seconds of the second period. Budapest Grand Prix ends EPEE semi-final, second break. Hauri of Switzerland leads SERTAY of Kazakhstan by 9 points to 8. We've seen a couple of really nice actions from Hauri. The two that stood out for me were the redouble of a parry riposte and then a similar remise of a counter riposte. Basically, if you're not used to the vernacular of fencing, it's the second action. When the first one doesn't work, having this speed and the dexterity to have another bite of the cherry is really, really critical. The first one, it was particularly impressive because he changed lines. He was in the cart line, the four line, coming across the body. He moved it over to the sword arm side. SERTAY has his work to do here. He showed a couple of times playing with the distance, trying to find different ways to put Hauri off, and he's only one behind. I think we'll see more of that in this third period. Final 3 minutes of this second men's semi-final here at the Budapest Grand Prix 2026. Yerlik SERTAY trails in Hauri by 1 point. And it's that mask clip again that's causing a problem for the man from Kazakhstan. Again, similar action, misses the first one, doesn't get that one, tries for the big parry riposte over the top, but because Hauri's closed the distance right up, you think it's not going to go through, and somehow the flick goes over the top to level up. Saw this circular ceased action from SERTAY a bit earlier on today as well. Very, very fast and very strong. And now, a classic EPEE hit. 2 in a row in quick succession for Yerlik SERTAY, and he finds himself in the lead. as he's gone past, the referee doesn't even go to the video. SERTAY did score a point, or did get one up on the scoring apparatus, but he was judged to have already gone past his opponent. You're not allowed to score after you've passed your opponent. He's called for a video review. That's Mikhail Pagiev sitting in the chair as the video referee, assisting the floor referee, and he sticks with his decision. He's already gone past before the hit was scored. Here he comes. And it was the second action that landed, which is when SERTAY had already passed. So he's burnt one of his 2 video appeals on that call. So we are in the 3rd period. Oh, that's very, very good. To able to maintain his balance, SERTAY, as he ducked down and then able to stand up and land the counter action. Very good indeed. As he's going backwards, not only does he keep his balance, he actually took hold of his opponent's blade. During that replay, Harry had his weapon checked. If no light had come up when the weapon was checked, then that hit would have been annulled, but it worked perfectly. SERTAY in control now with under 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the final period. He's got 1 foot in the final. So where's this hit land is what SERTAY thinks, but it's right on the top of the forearm. That was an absolute beauty from Harry. SERTAY just wanted to check his guard was still earthed, because the sword hand is part of the target area in épée. You have a big bell guard, and that guard mustn't bring up a coloured light. SERTAY was just double checking that. Manages to get away with a double that time. Man from Kazakhstan. SERTAY just opened the distance a tiny bit here. He's trying to just keep Switzerland's Harry at bay, but also he's got to maintain focus and concentration. Inside 60 seconds now. And another double just edges SERTAY closer to the target score of 15. Oh, the game has to be eating up time for the man from Kazakhstan. Oh, and just staying solid, and he knows that was a little bit lucky, but hand in the right place at the right time. That's what all the épée coaches are teaching their opponents. That was a little cheeky flick over the top. It's a deliberate move, but he's happy with it. Now 1 away from booking his place in the men's final here at the Budapest Grand Prix. SERTAY leads Harry by 14 points to 12, and 30 seconds left on the clock, less than, and no hit's going to stand there. They've both gone past each other. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. First time in a top 4, and he's converted from coming from behind to win a tight match against Ian Hari. Yerlik SERTAY of Kazakhstan is into the men's épée Grand Prix final here in Budapest. Confirmation then that Yerlik SERTAY of Kazakhstan is through to the men's final here in Budapest. He's beaten Ian Houri by 15 points to 12, and he'll take on David Nagy of Hungary